All right, Algebra 2, today we're going to be doing 13.5, now the cosine function. So it is similar to the sine function in its wavelength. The only thing different is its starting point. Okay, period, amplitude, frequency, cycle, all of those are going to stay the same. Or the methods of finding them are going to stay the same. So again, I drew up that unit circle just so we had it as reference, so you could see what I was doing with the points. So let's go with 0. Okay, when cosine of x is at 0 degrees, what is its exact value? It starts up here at the amplitude. Okay, now remember the sine function started at 0. Cosine, we're going to start up at its amplitude, or 1. At pi halves, your cosine is 0. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a 0 over here too, just so I can show you one complete wavelength. At pi, we're down here to the negative amplitude, or -1. 3 pi halves, 0. Back to 2 pi at 1. So here comes your cosine function. Okay, same thing as, like I said, the sine function. Okay, we have one complete cycle. If you look here, it's one complete cycle to 2 pi. Okay, period 2 pi over b. So that's also 2 pi. Okay, you have one complete cycle, one complete period at 2 pi. And your frequency, every 1 unit. Okay, so every 1 over. So there's your cosine function. Like I said, pretty similar to the sine function, just the starting point is different. Okay, so let's look at the back one here. Let's look at this one. So again, you look at this one, your amplitude, just like we found with the sine function, your amplitude is 3. Your cycle, which is b, is 4. That means there's going to be 4 cycles all the way to 2 pi. Your period is 2 pi over that cycle, or 2 pi over b, which is at pi halves. Okay, and your frequency is going to be 1 over the cycle, or 1/4. Okay, so you know that this is going to start up here at the amplitude. That's always the starting point with the cosine function. So it's going to start up there at 3. Your next one's going to be a 0. So I'm going to take pi halves times 1/4. Okay, and you take your pi halves times your 1/4, it's pi eighths. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say somewhere around here is pi eighths. There's a 0. Pi times 1/4 is pi fourths. So now we've got pi fourths. And that's going to be my minimum. 3 pi halves times 1/4 is 3 pi eighths. Okay, so 3 pi eighths, I'm going to put that in here. 3 pi eighths. That's a 0. 2 pi times 1/4, okay, is 2 pi over 4, which is pi halves. Here comes my... So when I'm graphing this, and again, I'm going to come over here, just do a little one down here. So here comes one complete cycle. So if you look here, we're going to have essentially 1, 2, 3 points in between. So we can finish it. This is going to be there. This one's going to be down here. I'm going to have another 0 here and an up one. Okay, so we're coming down. Okay, so we're completing this cycle. Same thing. A down, a 0, and up. 0, down, 0, up. Okay, so I'm going to look at this So I completed the pattern. So I look at this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cycles. Okay. My first cycle appeared at pi halves. That's my period. So it's every pi half units I'm going to have a, or every like main unit I'm going to have a period. Frequency is a quarter. So every quarter of a